What is up, everybody? Here in Daily Driving Hoopties. Welcome back. Welcome to 2025. I don't even think I made an episode last year, so sorry about that. Life got in the way, and personal, professional, everything else in between. Anyways, we're back in 2025. Going to be a big year for the channel, me, and everything else. That's the ZR1 right there. Hopefully we're going to get that thing up and running this year. Behind me is the two 3500 dualies, Gmt-800s. Hopefully we'll get those things up and running. Need to do a 4L80 on the white one. Green one just needs a little bit of suspension work and a windshield. But with us right now, we're going to be talking about the Gmt-800 Avalanche Z71 that I have. This is the best vehicle ever made. General Motors did the best job on the Gmt-800. These cars are virtually indestructible if they don't have the active fuel management. This thing is just fantastic. So, about 2,000 miles ago, we were doing some moves with one of my clients and everything, and it started running worse than it normally did. So, if you know me or know the vehicle, it has a burnt valve. We actually did confirm a lot of this, so we did a cylinder leak down test. I filmed some of this, but unfortunately it didn't come through. So I'll just take you through after we talk about this here in a minute. But we did a cylinder leak down test on all of them. They actually did all pretty well. The worst one was the one that was the burnt valve, cylinder 6 over on the right side there. That was, it just constantly has an intake leak that you can't get rid of. So either the valve is burnt, there's bad valve seat, who knows. But we did the cylinder leak down test, and upon investigation, we didn't have exhaust valve movement on cylinder 7, so the back cylinder on the left side here. I'm going to go show you right now what a normal General Motors push rod's supposed to look like. So this is what a GM push rod's supposed to look like, everybody. Normal. Goes up and down, does this, and they actually do turn in there. So oil goes up inside through there, and it turns as it's going through the motor. Here is the Avalanche's push rod. It is bent in about 4 places. I'll show you a close picture of this up in a frame by frame up here in a second. But it is cracked in 2 places. It is bent. Yeah, just I don't know how this thing was still working. So got a new push rod for it because that's just the right thing to do. You know, we're gonna just vice grip garage this and ignore the other side and put a new push rod in it and move on. But anyways, I'm gonna do an oil change, and I think that we're gonna do some refreshing on this thing. So I'm gonna put the push rod in it. I'm going to take you through the engine right now. We'll pull the valve cover. Everything's still off and fresh. I haven't put anything together yet. But we're going to go through that. I think I'm going to change the transfer case oil. I think we're going to do the diff oil. Give it a little service. It's been a while. I've definitely beaten this thing up and driven it into the ground to a point where it's due. We'll take a look at the interior as well, and we'll do an episode on that. So we'll just kind of talk about the Avalanche and where it's gone and where it's been. I mean, I used this thing. I was driving at about 1,000 to 1,500 miles a month per month last year with this thing, and it just took it fantastically. So funniest thing, when the valve bent, I told the truck at 295,000, let's park you and we'll look at you. Unfortunately, at 295,000 last Wednesday, it was pouring rain. So I talked to the truck. I literally was sitting on the freeway on the 57 here in Southern California, and was like, truck, I need you to make it 2 more days or 3 more days, and then I will pull you apart. So I actually parked it that night and put it in this spot right here, and didn't drive it since then. Started doing some diagnostics and found out the bent push rod, confirmed the burnt valve on the other side. But here we are now today. So just want to walk you through kind of where we're at. We'll do a time lapse again when we get back to working on this, maybe later tonight. I don't know if we will, but we'll see. But I just want to show you where we're at on the Avalanche right now. welcome you guys to 2025. Welcome you back to the channel, and let's jump into it. All right, guys. So here we are. We're with the Avalanche. Had it on charge because we killed it cranking it over. But I want to do a big shout out to Liquid Moly. These guys, we've done the engine flush on this thing religiously for the last few times, and let me just show you this thing. Sorry, I gotta put the phone down for a second. So here's the inside of the head with 295,000 miles. This is just dirt from us from on and off with the valve cover right now. But this motor is fantastically clean. So very happy with that. Got new Velcro gaskets for this thing. But yeah, that valve back there was not moving at all. So that was loads of fun. So here's the battery, got that on charge. What else we got here? This side's still apart just because, like I said, we did a cylinder leak down test on everything. Got a new one of those coming. We got to do back brakes on this thing. I got to do front shocks on it still. And like I said, eek. The Gmt-800 flaws. Both sides. So, back to. So I'm going to do an interior on this thing probably. We're just going to glue this stuff up. So we'll show you how to do that properly. But we're going to pull these seats out. I have covers, seat heater pads, and everything for them. So we'll do an episode on that. I think that'll be really fun and be something fun to jump into and re-look at. My dad wants to resolder this cluster, so it actually, all the lights are going bad now. So we'll pull that out and have him do a episode on soldering. But yeah, so stay tuned, guys. We're going to bring the Avalanche back from the dead. Like I said, it needs rear brakes horribly. There's some vice grip garage action going on back there. And then we also need to do an alignment because it's chewing the insides of tires up front here. So again, stay tuned. We're going to get the Avalanche back dialed in, and it's going to be a fun year, everybody. So if you guys want, also comment if you want to see some more trade show stuff. So I'm going to a trade show for the kitchen and bath industry this week. I went to a trade show last week for some automation stuff. So if you want to see that, let me know and I can post that up here. All right? Have a good one, guys. So what is up, everybody? Darren, Daily Driving Hoopties here. So we're just going to continue on with the episode that we were making before because I suck. So here we are. A couple days later, the motor is back together. New push rods in. It's 80%. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's good enough. So we're just going to ignore it and move on. So here we are at the brakes. I did the right thing and just vice gripped these off for a little while. I'm not proud of myself, but I had to get some stuff done, and it was what it was. So here we are. We're working on it now. Parking brake, absolutely shot. This thing was done sitting. There's that side. There's that side. Just pretty much gone. So nice new parking brake here. Plenty of meat. We'll get that put on right now. We got new calipers as well. So my calipers actually were what the big issue was. So we're going to put some new calipers on here, get those slammed on. Get some new pads, got new rotors. So I'm just going to put this on the time lapse here. So stay tuned. We'll get to the other side and we'll update you there. But here we are on this right side. So as Derek would say, the drinker side. But hanging out. We're going to get this thing done, and hopefully I have an Avalanche to drive again. We bought new shocks for the front. They're on their way, and we're going to do an oil change as well. So Avalanche is going to be back up and running again very shortly. What is up, everybody? Darren Daily Driving Hoopties here. We are day 2 of working on the brakes on the Avalanche here. So I have most of this all back together. New rotor, new parking brake. We got to pull the brackets back off right now. I have new calipers. I'm going to put the new calipers in, get the new brake pads put in, and then I'm going to call my sister and we'll get them bled out. So let's get the time lapse going again here, get all this stuff smacked back together, and we'll do an oil change as well. So let's get started. All right, everyone, update. It's Foobard. I'm gonna take you for a walk here in a second. We're in 2-wheel drive mode right now, and yeah, it's not good. Take you for a walk here and we'll show you what's going on. All right, so here's the front drive line. Here's the solenoid, actuator solenoid that shifts the 4-wheel drive. There's the gasket that goes on it. But on the truck side, the actual transfer case is just shot. Yeah, it's seen some better days. Let's just leave it at that. Up underneath there's the transfer case. I'm not getting under there, but I'll do that. You can see it right there. That thing's toast. It said service 4-wheel drive, and it means it. So there's the Avalanche. She's going down for the count for the night. We're going to go see if we can find a used one right now. So I will update you shortly. right, everyone, we're here at Pick and Pull, or Pick Apart, whatever you want to call it, in whatever region you're in. But check this out. This is what I always tell people, want to show people. So, 3/4 ton frame. Look at that bad boy. It is definitely heavier duty and bigger than your half-ton POS. I don't know why people always want to argue that this is, oh, it's the same frame. It is not the same frame. Look at the beefiness. Look at the beefiness of the differential in the front. I mean, just everything on these is way heavier duty than you would think. And then you want to try to tell me the new stuff's just as good as this, and it's nowhere near. All right, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and call this episode here. So this thing clearly needs a new transfer case. It clunks. It does all kinds of bad things. We crawled underneath it. The drive line's out of it, as you've seen. I got to pull the thing out of it completely. So this week we'll start another episode on that, and we'll go from there. But I'm going to call this one here, get it all edited up, and we'll push this out tonight. Like I said, it's Sunday, March 16th. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, do the stuff that we always do. And go ahead and check out the merch store, everyone. Merch store is live, so I do have some Daily Driving Hoopties stuff out there. So if you are interested in picking that up, check out the store below. I'll link it in the description. And see you in the next one. Probably do a trade show this week, so probably look forward to seeing K-Biz or the Natural Food Expo this week. So see you guys soon, and we'll see you in the next one.